The Joe Rogan Experience.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
All right, we are live. Today is going to be a very interesting podcast. I've got two very different people at the table. On my left, I have President Donald J. Trump. And on my right, I have the Dr. Phil. Yeah, I don't know how this happened, but let's get it rolling. Come on. Joe, you've got the #1 podcast. Everyone says it. Even Putin listens, and he doesn't listen to many things. Frankly, I'm just here to bring the truth, Joe. And you know I will, Joe, okay? Look, I was told this was a wellness interview or an intervention, but I guess not. Anyways, I don't have anything to do, so it's fine. Let's get this started, okay? Alright, I'm gonna hit you both with some ridiculous conspiracy questions. I don't care if the answers are serious, stupid, or somewhere in between. Let's get it rolling. Let's get started. Okay, first question. Are birds real, or are they just government drones that recharge on power lines? Great question, Joe. I'll answer first. This is a tremendous question because I get asked a lot, are birds real? And, you know, in my first term when I was the president in 2017, they wouldn't even let me into certain parts of the Pentagon. You know what, Joe? Birds, that's why. They are drones shaped like birds, no question. And frankly, pigeons are the worst. They are the dirtiest spies in the sky, in my opinion. You think pigeons are spies? Joe, I don't think. I know, okay. They always show up when you're saying something important. When you're on the golf course talking foreign policy, and then suddenly a pigeon's just there. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so, Joe. It's not a coincidence. I've raised chickens, Joe. Real ones. They pick your boots and run into walls. If those are robots, the government's not getting its money's worth. Now, pigeons, I will say no. Birds should have that dead-eye look and no respect for personal space. Okay? Jamie, pull up a video of a pigeon flying directly into a sliding glass door. Let's look at that. Look at that, guys. That's either a glitch in the Matrix or terrible drone AI. Got it. Also, there's a Reddit thread about owls being nighttime surveillance bots. Look, Jamie, owls are suspicious. They're way too quiet, way too round, tremendous night vision. Where do they get that night vision, Joe? It seems suspicious, very suspicious. Alright, next question. Are you guys ready? Is the moon hollow, and is it filled with alien storage units? It's like maybe like a cosmic self-storage locker. Joe, I've had people on my show who believe they were married to aliens, so I'm not ruling anything out, but if the moon is full of lockers, someone better be paying some rent. You can't just leave your weird tentacle boxes lying around the universe expecting people to clean it up, okay? I actually had a plan for this Space Force. We were going to open up the moon, cut it in half like a piece of cheese. It was going to be a big, beautiful door. We were going to make a door for it, yes. It was going to have gold hinges, too. It was going to have big, beautiful gold hinges. And we were going to check what was inside, but something went wrong because it didn't pass the bill. The bill was not passed. It didn't make it past Congress. We wanted to look inside because we didn't know. There could have been aliens. There could have been China, probably China. It could have been Amazon Prime doing something. But I guess we'll never know, Joe. I don't think we're ever going to find out anytime soon. Wait, so you were going to open the moon? Absolutely, it was a tremendous idea. Actually, Elon Musk told me, "Sir, we might find things that change everything." I said, "Elon, let's do it. Let's do it. It's gonna be beautiful. Get a drill, baby drill, and maybe get a nice chandelier for when we go inside, because it's gonna be so big and beautiful." You can't just drill the moon like it's drywall, Donald. You can if it's hollow, Phil. You can, because we said it was hollow, and we're gonna open it up. This sounds like an alien episode of Storage Wars. For example, inside locker number 7, 2 gray aliens and a glowing orb that speaks in riddles. And I'd make a tremendous deal with them. A very big, beautiful deal. Space trade, probably moon tariffs. The stock market would go so high. People would love it, probably. Most likely. I know the people, they would probably love it. The Joe Rogan Experience will be back after this message. Are you bored at home during summer? Do you have not anything to do? Then come to Money in the Bank, where John Cena and Logan Paul will face Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso in a tag team match at Money in the Bank, Los Angeles. Get your tickets now. We will also have ladder matches. We will have fun. I hope we see you there. Buy the tickets at WWE.com. Alright guys, I am serious about this one. This is the third one. Are celebrities secretly being replaced with government clones once they turn 40 so they can be better controlled and stop saying weird stuff on live TV? Look, I've known a lot of celebrities. Many of them are very strange, but some suddenly change. You see them one year, they're wild, they're crazy, they're very unpredictable. Then the next, they're bland, robotic, too well behaved. It gives off very bad clone energy, in my opinion, Joe. I've interviewed over 2,000 people who swore their stepmothers were possessed or that their cousin married Bigfoot. But this is something I've never heard of. So it's kind of crazy. Like, take Tom Cruise, for example. He doesn't age. He jumps on planes, runs everywhere, but always makes it look easy. You ever try to jump on a plane and run for and keep it up for like 20 years? That is not human. That man's been running full speed since like 1986. His knees should have filed for retirement in 2005, but he's still going for some reason. Some of them age backwards. You think it's skincare? No, that's Clone 2.0. That's version 2.0. I've seen actors go from wild rebels to media-friendly robots overnight. That is not just PR. That's programming. Well, if there are clones, they better come with a return policy, because some of these reboots are boring as hell, in my opinion, okay? Yeah, it's crazy, man, when you look at it. But I have a very important and last question to ask. Is Joe Biden a clone? Recently, you made a theory, Donald Trump, that he died in 2020 and we were watching a deep state android shuffle through the public like he was a confused vacuum cleaner. Joe, I'm not saying he's a clone, but I've seen mannequins at JCPenney with more spark in their eyes. He's a clone. He was a clone. He's still a clone. A very bad clone. He's a cheap Chinese clone with cheap parts. You ever see him try to talk? It's like his tongue is buffering. He's like, the thing download failed. He does a glitch like an iPhone in a sauna. Remember that time he shook hands with nobody? That man air shakes like he's got ghost workers. The real Joe Biden had bad ideas back then, and he ran with Obama, but this new clone has no ideas. He has no idea what he's doing, and he falls off bikes. His brain is on airplane mode, and he's powered by fruit cups and hope. So if we peeled off his face, what's under there? Wires, and a little speaker that says, "Come on, man." Every time it gets confused, it's very bad. Well, this was the most unhinged episode we've probably done in a while or ever done, and that's probably saying a lot. Thanks to Dr. Phil and President Trump for joining me. Do you guys have any last remarks? Well, this podcast was interesting. I've learned a few things, and it was to never come on a podcast with Donald J. Trump again, okay? Next time we could do one by ourselves, Joe, if you would like. Yeah, that's fine. We could do it sometime later in the future. Mr. President, do you have anything to say? Well, I found this conversation pleasant, and I think it's gonna get to really big numbers. You know, the people love you, Joe. It's tremendous. But frankly, I think it was fun. I liked it a lot. I probably would come on again if you gave me the opportunity. But thank you for having me, Joe. Hello, Phil. You know, we have had a great past, I would assume. But it was fun, you know. It was fun. Thank you for having me on. And I'll see you soon, Joe. I'll see you soon. All right, guys, that's it. All right, thank you.